And all your wouldn't all your sulfur come off as well?
It'd be a muddy mess is what it would be. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I apologize for that, but you know, the world turns as the world turns these days. But just tuning in, here it is, challenge accepted, live play D&D. We're going through the Ghosts of Saltmarsh adventures, the third part in a series called The Final Enemy. Our intrepid adventurers are, I guess, out of the fire into the frying pan. I mean, pressure cooker. I don't know. Anyways, thanks.
The Instapot, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in and joining us. If you So, a couple of housekeeping things got to get out of the way first. Number one, thank you for watching this video. I know we're just getting started, but still want to thank you. Thank you for your patience because we did start a little late. If you're enjoying this, please be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell notification, be notified when future videos come out. Also, thank you to the cast for spending another Saturday evening with us, or late afternoon in some cases. And then, so real quick, we'll do some introductions just to get kind of, if you're new here, so you know who's who and what's what. I'll just walk through as I see them on the tiles. So first up, we have Gorr, race, class, all that fun stuff.
Gorr is a guard for the city of Saltmarsh. He is a fighter and lover, I like to add. And he is awesome. And he is a barbarian and just wicked awesome at fighting and negotiating tense confrontations. He is beyond measure.
Very good.
All right, next up we have Titus.
Yes, Titus, human paladin, in some small circles around the area of Paradigm. I'm also known as Balloon Lord, not subtitled. I have been traveling with various members of this group and other groups in search of adventure and bringing the light. Hopefully this will not be the last, Titus.
All right, next up we have Nin.
Hello, I'm playing Nin. Nin is a half-elf sorcerer who doesn't really remember too much about himself, although there are clues coming in and out of the games here and there as to what happened to Nin. He's unpredictable sometimes, I suppose I should say, but is a jolly old fella from time to time when he gets his hand on an octopus tentacle or a nice ball of bat guano.
Yeah, I got nothing for that one. Last and certainly not least, how about Karalee?
Yeah, I'm Glenn Lockwood. I'm playing Karalee Lighthands. She's a female monk, mark of healing halfling, and she is sometimes known as the sister of mercy. She follows the path of healing and path of mercy, basically. And she's kind of the default mother of the group, even though she's, younger. And, to say Gorr is a master negotiator is an understatement of the year. So words cannot describe how good he is. There are no words to describe how good he is. Because they don't
award her for our
time. I'm Steve or Scuba, who is going to play the role of your humble and malevolent dungeon master for tonight's entertainment. Although I don't think I can follow the act that's ahead of me, but I could try. I could certainly try. Want to give a shout out and a thank you to Sirenscape. Sirenscape is a collection of background musics and soundboards you can use for your tabletop adventures. Check them out. Check out more at Sirenscape.com. We're actually going to be using the official Ghosts of Saltmarsh sound sets, the Final Enemy, sound sets, which you can go check out. They have a wonderful online player as well as an app you can download to your mobile devices, iPads, computers, whatnot, and make your game a little more immersive. So again, check them out at sirenscape.com. If you want to support the studio, which we'll talk about at the end, but there's a couple of ways to do that. Links in the doobly-doo description down below. Yeah, I've been watching some Matt Colville stuff, so I'm remembering the doobly-doos down below. So with that, I'm sorry I don't have a cool snazzy intro, but that's fine. To recap what has happened so far, the party has met with the Council of Saltmarsh along with their allies and had done some preparations to go to the lizard folk fortress that the Sahuagin had pushed them out of, and to try and investigate as stealthily and quietly as possible the size and force of the Sahuagin that have occupied the fortress. Upon arriving at the site of the fortress, they've identified that the fortress has been submerged a couple of levels. So now only the topmost level of the fortress is above water currently. The other floors are submerged. Deciding not to go through the front door, they decided to take a dive and come down. They got about halfway down. They found a crack in the wall and entered into a small kind of natural cave, which seemed to open up onto the stairwell between levels 2 and 3. Deciding not to go deeper, they went up to level 2 and then started to stealthily kind of move their ways through. They're currently have the effects of water-breathing potions that the person who crafted the potion wasn't quite sure how effective it would be. So we know that they are able to breathe underwater for an hour-ish. No ill effects so far. They currently have about 45 minutes on the clock, give or take, to try and find out all they can and find a way back to the surface, or at least to an air pocket somewhere they could sit there and get some breathing. They went through one room and discovered it was a pen of these shark-like creatures that had armor plates of shells attached to their bodies. Nin doing some very clever work, turning one into an ice cube that is now floating on the ceiling of the hallway.
Just where I wanted them.
And they moved into a banquet hall area, and as they were passing through this banquet hall, there was a passageway. They had stopped, and as they looked around the corner, looking through down the hallway, they see at the end of a short stretch of corridor another archway that opens into a larger area. Here, based on their dark vision and whatnot, they could see it's all very polished stone, some darker colors, not quite black, but again, most night vision is kind of in a gray scale, so colors kind of are lost. But they see a large throne, and sitting on the throne sits an oversized Sahuagin. This creature has 4 arms. His right upper hand holds a large trident. His 2 lower hands grip the arms of his throne. Floating in front of the throne and between y'all is another Sahuagin who seems to be conversing with the person on the throne. Kind of looking about, you see some hints there might be a few others floating in the space, but you can't see the ceiling because the room kind of opens up past that archway. So far, stealth is on your side at this moment. As you kind of stack up on the corner, looking around down that hallway, and that's where we come in. So, what is it you guys choose to do?
I just say sorry to bother you, and I just keep on, keep on going.
You say, would you like any Girl Scout cookies? So what do you think it is, guys? Well, what do you think is in there?
Well, you said around the corner. We saw something right around the corner.
A throne with a big
Yeah,
Sahuagin
going
on it.
right over, bringing up the map so y'all can see the map. So from where you guys are at, right here, you can kind of look down the hallway and see the large Sahuagin sitting on the throne, kind of on a little raised dais, focusing his attention on this other smaller Sahuagin who's only got 2 arms and 2 legs.
Only.
So he's there, and they seem to be conversing, although you really can't understand what's being said.
Yeah.
I'm just going to signal to the group that we've seen it, we've identified let's back away. And the other sharks that haven't become sharksicles, they're still in that room as far as we could tell.
As you left, from what you could tell, no more had come out, but
Right.
you do remember that there are several in there, and there was a small cloud of blood in the water from when you did battle that one. So you know, going back, there's going to be some of those sharks there to deal with.
So we can either go forward across this door, backward, or we can attack them. I can do something for the attack if you want me to.
As far as the doorway goes, is it all the way to the ceiling, like an opening all the way to the ceiling, or is there a space above the door that we could like?
It's an archway with a couple of doors in it, so there's a header. So looking through, you can kind of see as pass through, the ceiling extends up, then it comes down again for the next archway, and then presumably opens up to a ceiling. You can't quite see the height, but you do. But just kind of looking through, go and give me a perception check as you're trying to kind of stare down that hallway.
16 plus 7, so 23. What I'm also really trying to think of is there a space like on the outside where we are, where we think maybe we haven't been seen, that we could like go up and over and down again and not be seen?
Yes.
Or is it all the way through?
You can see that the door is the door is a pretty decent height, but there's enough room in the header that might be a little rough for Gorr as you kind of look at that and look at Gorr. And it's like, it's doable. I mean, if he kind of walks along the ceiling, yeah, sure, could do that. But yeah, you could conceivably go through that. And then as you kind of look through, kind of watching this conversation go on, every so often you see what looks like a couple, another Sahuagin to the left of the throne is kind of floating there. It has like these pieces of like shark jaw around their neck, and dressed in kind of like some robes type things. So maybe more like a cleric or a priestess type thing. And then also kind of passing over, you see like the bottom pectoral fins of a couple of sharks that are up out of your eye line as you kind of try to look up through the doorway. But you could see, but that's what you see in the throne room. And where you are, yeah, you could kind of, if you're careful, you could scale the wall, go over the arch, and come down the other side without crossing in front of the doorway.
But guys, remember that spell I used in the mine behind me that swallowed up all the light? I could put it in there and trap them in there if the room's not too big. And if they don't have another exit. I'm not sure how big the room is.
I don't know that.
You're muted,
Disturb
Titus.
them.
Can't hear you.
I don't know that we want to disturb them without knowing more about what's on the other side of that door.
Yeah, I guess.
So I just kind of quietly motion, and then I'm actually gonna start swimming up the wall, and like I'm gonna swim up the wall and start going over and hope that they maybe follow me and see if we can do this without being caught.
before I start to move in the same journal, I'll follow Karalee. Before I do though, so who again? Do they speak Draconic?
No, they speak Sahuagin.
Oh, they have their own. Okay.
You want to? I can cast a spell that we can understand them.
Well, this is all in my brain. I'm trying to reduce the amount of talking outside of the room to, I'm already not stealthy. I don't want to make it worse. So
by the way, I can connect to you mentally if you want to talk to me.
Yeah, but I have it signified that I want to talk.
I can't remember. Can we start that conversation, or does it have to be you, man?
It's me, I think. Once it's started, people can talk back to me just normally.
Right.
Yeah, how many creatures can you do that to?
Just one at a time.
So, I mean, we could say for the sake of brevity that Dan plays translator and kind of facilitates y'all to talk mentally. It's just it's just a great game of telephone.
Hello?
Yeah.
So if we all remember that game when we were kids, we know how much fun that can get.
Yep.
I'll ask Nin then mentally through this conversation, if you have a spell that lets us understand them. Well, okay. I guess before I do that,
yeah.
How well is sound traveling in the water for us? I mean, like, I know with water breathing, it's just the breathing. We're not still understanding things like that through the water. I'm guessing, right?
Water is a great conductive of sound. So
sure. So can we hear them, just not understand them from out here?
Yeah, you can hear them, but you cannot understand what it is they're saying.
Okay, then I'll ask it to have him cast comprehend languages on Titus or on myself.
Actually, it's tongues.
Oh, that just lets us speak it.
Well, I can understand it and speak it if we need to.
Oh, wait, with tongues?
With tongues, yeah. It's a third level spell.
Oh. Whatever one you said, that's what I'd say.
Okay. All right, so if we want to listen to them, I'm going to cast tongues on myself.
Yeah. Is there a verbal component to that?
No, I don't believe there is. Let me check here. It's a spell that I had to jury rig in there.
All right. So you cast tongues, and now you can kind of understand. And the gist of what you're hearing is the Sahuagin that's facing the throne is complaining about some slight from another Sahuagin in the fortress, and he wants the Baron to enact judgment for this insult. The Baron is got this whole, he's listening, and every so often he grumbles and is like, why are you bringing, I mean, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Insight. All right. That's not my best. All right. Insight. Here we go. 12.
You're hearing it, and it's a little hard to kind of get you can get the general gist that the Baron who's on the throne is irritated about this conversation. The Sahuagin talking to him is just begging about having this person who offended him be punished. And he just keeps going on. He keeps going on about all of the reasons why this guy should be, this Sahuagin somewhere in the fortress should be punished for whatever it is he did.
All right, is the king or the Baron saying anything, or
he speaks every so often, but it's very short. It's very, very curt. Very, very much of the. Very irritated that this conversation is going.
Okay, I'm going to relay that to Karalee, and then I'll relay it to everybody else one by one through my telepathy connection.
Whenever it gets back to me, I'll just respond that it doesn't seem like this is particularly helpful for our quest.
Right.
And accept that we can possibly use this time of distraction to try and slip away.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think we should go up and over. I started to do that already. I'm trying to be
So Karalee is already starting to swim up, try to hugging the wall, and kind of going around. Just give me a stealth. Is everyone going to try and do this?
Yes, I will wait to be last.
You will wait to be last. Okay, so Karalee's first. Who's going second?
I'll go second.
Nin, and then Gorr, and then Titus. So go ahead and give me stealth checks while you try to do this as quietly and as unobtrusively as possible.
Mine's an 18 total.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Mine's a 4. I rolled a nat 1.
Ouch.
I wish I could share my halfling luck with you.
Yeah.
Well, he rolled an elf, not a halfling.
Yeah.
Gorr, how about you?
That lets me do that.
Judging from that face, I don't think it's probably good.
I had to roll a disadvantage because armor.
Well, you're underwater, so I would say your disadvantage would be nulled out. So you could probably go with a straight 1. So what was the first roll?
22.
Nice. That brings Titus at the end. What did Titus get?
10.
Okay. So Karalee kind of scales using the natural buoyancy, kind of goes over and around. Then he's crawling up, but he kind of slips or bumps it, and you hear kind of a thud in the water as he kind of goes over. Gorr is climbing over as well. Seems to be like you saw him go up, you kind of blink, next thing you know he's on the other side. Well, like not you couldn't even feel the current of him swimming past you. And then Titus, you sit there and you there's a small, just little bit of a scrape on the from your armor as you're trying to hug that wall. And while you were sitting there watching as they were going, and as Karalee came down, well, Nin and Gorr are in the process. When Nin kind of inadvertently hits the stone or knocks something loose and it falls, there's it seems like the conversation in the throne room stops for a moment.
Oh boy, here we go.
And
Just like this.
The Baron kind of looks over the person they're talking, doesn't see anything. So he shifts his focus back to the one and tells him and tells the one in front, like, this is petty. Come to me again, I'll feed you. I will feed you to the maw. And the person, the Suigan in front of him, just seems to, like, all of a sudden he's tripping over his words at whatever the maw is, and begs and asks for forgiveness or to go ahead and leave and whatnot. And the Baron just dismisses him. And by this point, you've all have gotten to the other side of the passageway. And now,
I will keep on going then.
Yeah.
If I can.
And this again starts to kind of back up a little bit as that goes. So you guys are on the other side of the archway.
Yes.
So what do you do?
Moving away as
Book it.
quickly and quietly as we can.
Yep.
Okay.
In fact, I think I'll go down instead of that way, just to be behind these poles in case they come out.
It's
Right.
about 80 feet, so 2 to 3 rounds moving just as you're getting to the doorway.
Yeah, I'll move down here.
The one Sahuagin comes out and starts to swim to the opposite way. So you're able to kind of get to that passageway. Real quick, another round of stealth checks as you leave the room.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
One better.
Come on, let's just unreal this. Well, at least I did all right.
Oh. I think I'm going back to manual dice.
21.
19 for me.
16 for me.
I stubbed my toe on a pillar.
What'd you get?
That one.
Oh,
That's what I get for saying what could go wrong.
So what's your bonus to it?
+1.
So 2.
Yep.
So Titus bringing up the rear. You kind of clip the pillar, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The Sahuagin, as he's swimming the other way, stops, starts to look around a bit. But you kind of duck in behind the pillar.
Yeah.
Try to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
And the Sahuagin keeps on swimming the opposite direction.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be moving now as soon as I feel like it's clear.
So now you guys are in the next hallway.
Mm-hmm.
There's a door on the left side.
Right here.
Yep, door on the left side there.
now I'm trying to remember. We think it's this way and then up, right? To get to the. That's our. If I remember our sense of direction thing correctly.
Yeah.
It was-
you,
It was this direction we think and then up, right?
you
North,
actually,
That way,
your
right?
current go and roll a survival check.
Yeah. I think that was Gorr that said that. 17.
All right, so you know that you're on the north side of the of the fortress. The entrance is above you and to the north.
Right.
You know that it kind of led in and south. So you're somewhere, there has to be a passageway, but knowing that you're this, you kind of you know that whatever entrance would be is probably going to be south of your position, because of just thinking of the fact if the door is on the north side, stairs have to be a bit of ways from the front door, because only in residential buildings are the stairs right next to the front door. This is not a residential building.
Come on, it's a Hagen Towers. The newest, hottest condo in the bottom of the ocean.
So
Okay. So we think, so then based on that, it would be up here to the south is like this passageway, right? Scoob, is that right?
you would do you'd be trying to look for a southern direction, which the doorway to that you're seeing right there on the left side, or at the end of the hallway is a T junction with a path that seems to head north and south.
Okay. Well, let's try to quietly go past that door, I guess, way up in front of us. Careful.
Before I move any further towards that door, I'm just gonna listen and see if I hear any movement coming from any of these directions to the left or south of us.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception.
Oh yeah, I'm not trusting those things anymore.
Bring out Old Faithful.
13 plus 2, 15.
All right. You can hear movement. The movement kind of echoing through, and you can kind of hear some movement to the northwest. Hard to tell how many, but it's a group. You can hear several. You can hear kind of several slightly echoey voice. Slightly, you can hear it. Water is amplifying, so it's a little hard. It's a little hard to tell how close they are, but the close enough where you can hear it, and it's coming from kind of the northwest of your position.
Does the volume of the voice change such that it's indicating they're moving or swimming in a direction?
Kind of hard to tell at the distance,
because
the sound is carrying a little bit further than what you can normally gauge if you're on the surface. But go ahead and give me a survival check.
Sound like you're talking.
I'll help.
You'll help.
Yeah.
Does that give me advantage?
Yes.
Good, because I didn't like that first roll. Oh, I don't like that one either. That's worse. I'm not rolling on the notepad anymore. So that is 11.
You're running out of dice rolling options there, Titus.
I know.
He needs to go check out that Kickstarter for the dice sets that was recently launched for a variety of dice sets.
Oh.
It sounds like you might need a few more.
Get those Mithril Armory rollers, right?
Oh yeah, those too. They just had a new set of those release.
Yeah.
Or he needs some doodle dice, but you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if it's coming closer or going further away, but the sound is carried enough through the corridors that you can slightly hear it.
Yeah, and given that if I can hear it, they could hear us. I'm not going to speak, but I'm just going to wave and try to get the attention of the party and just let them know that I hear something coming from the northwest.
Connect with them mentally and say from the northwest, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can make us all invisible.
Wait, you can do that?
Why didn't we do this a long time ago? How long does it last? You say an hour, I'm going to lose my mind.
Hold on. Invisibility, 1 hour.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I just have.
You can cast invisibility on the entire party.
Yes, I can.
For the same duration as the water breathing potion that we've taken. Just making sure.
I can do it as a twin spell, and then I can use my sorcerer points to regain a second level spell, and I can also twin that one. Oh damn, it's concentration, so I wouldn't be able to do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can only do two.
In theory, you could. You just couldn't do anything else. And with invisibility, the minute you take an aggressive action,
Right.
it will drop the invisibility. So,
are you? How many? You only get one person per casting of the spell.
But he said he had the ability, a sorcerer ability, where he can twin it, which means he casts it and affects two people instead of one, two creatures instead of one.
Right. I was just thinking. I was wondering, if you cast a higher level, does it get more people, or is it just always one person?
It's always one
I have
person.
another camera that seems to be.
Yeah. If I cast at a higher level, I can get more than one.
So if you twin
how high of a level can you do it?
Up to third level, but I can't twin spells that affect more than one.
You can't do more than one. So
that's what I was wondering. Okay.
You can get it for a couple people, but you couldn't get it for the whole party.
Right.
I was just wondering if you twin it, if you did two people, if you twin it, does it do another two people?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because once he does it to the first two, they go away.
Oh no, I know. I'm saying because that's right. Because twin spell makes you cast it twice. Yeah, that makes No.
I cast it once and it affects 2 targets. But because it's concentration, I'd have to wipe out the first casting with the second cast.
You cast it once, affects 2 targets, and then the twins, like because you cast. Let's say you cast at 3rd level, you get 2 people.
No, I can't use a twin spell then if it does more than one person.
Oh, twin spells limit is that you can't do it on a thing that affects more than one person at a time.
That's right.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, they got me coming and going, I'm afraid.
Yeah. They just really don't want you to do this. It's almost like it was on purpose.
Almost.
I'll say to Nin, perhaps maybe it might be a waste. It's likely a waste. I don't know how taxing this would be on you to even cast, but perhaps we try it on one person and have them scout ahead. Although they would be making noise, at least they wouldn't be visible.
Yeah.
And
I can try it on 2 people if 2 invisible people better than 1, or
what if you did it on Titus because he's not very stealthy? So they can't see him.
Do it on you because you are stealthy and you can.
I could scout.
Wow.
Or maybe, or Gorr's pretty stealthy too. I don't know for you how perceptive you are, Gorr, but.
I leave it to you, Nin. What do you want to do?
I'm willing to scout.
All right.
But
I'm going to cast invisibility,
good or better,
and twin it, affecting Karalee and affecting Gorr.
Now, is tongues a concentration spell?
Tongues is, I have to drop that.
Just for mechanics, you lose tongues, and you cast it on who again?
On Karalee and on Gorr.
Karalee.
Oh, I thought I was thinking me for scouting and Titus for not being stealthy.
Well, I would still be making noise, so we'd give our position away anyway.
But we'd be hiding. They'd see nothing. Be noise with nothing.
So you look about and you see Karalee and Gorr just vanish in the water. And so now it's just Titus and Nin from what you... Because, Titus, you know that Nin can do these weird things, and so pretty good intuitive. But now it's just the 2 of you in the corridor with the other 2 who have seemingly vanished. Door on the left, and then the T-junction. What are Titus and Nin going to do? And what are Gorr and Karalee going to do?
I'll go up to the door and look inside. And I assume that you're still contacting us, Nin, through your telepath. And I'll say, tell Gorr I'm at the door.
Can you, Nin, do you have to see the creature to be able to do the mental thing?
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, I don't have to maintain sight. I just have to see him in order to cast it.
But you have to recast it every time you switch from person to person, right?
It's not really a spell; it's an ability. So, I have to reestablish when I go from person to person.
Okay, so you'll lose contact with Karalee and Gorr because you can no longer see them, but you can see Titus.
Well, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the line of sight. You have to be able to see them in order to do it. Unless.
The psychic features and traits. Telepathic speech. Okay, it says choose a creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
You could have cast it on me, and then just don't do it on anybody else, right?
Yeah, I don't even have to cast it. Like I said, it's an ability.
So we'll say for the sake of this, you maintain contact with Karalee because Karalee is now invisible. So it's hand gestures to Titus and
right.
Good one for Gorr because now Gorr is just gonna have to go on intuition.
I was about to grab Gorr's hand. So
yeah, Titus is just gonna hang tight until he sees a gesture from Nin that it's okay to proceed.
Right.
What do I see in the door, Scoop, when I go to here?
One more thing just to verify. That dark vision, that's not a concentration, right?
Yeah, not concentration.
Okay.
Got it.
And it's 8
Just
hours.
want to make sure I'm verifying. All right, so Karalee, you are looking in. The ceiling and floor of this large room are unfinished stone. There are some tiles of different colors, and you see seaweed grows freely throughout this chamber. And anemones and starfish, and a lone lobster are crawling over the rocky surfaces in this room.
Okay. If I don't see anybody, then I think it's clear. I'll say, Nin, you guys can come forward a little bit.
Okay, I wave Titus forward.
And I go tap Gorr on the shoulder.
It's kind of hard to tap him on the shoulder when you can't.
Yeah, that's why I can't see him. I just realized that. I was like, that's why I was like, never mind. This is
I'm like
well.
up to Karalee, then I
Yeah.
with Karalee. What is that creature inside?
Lobster, I think.
A lobster. He's so cool. Can we take him with?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I guess he's not. I guess we can't talk to him, so
Yeah.
we'll leave him here.
That's right. I can't see Gorr, so I don't grab Gorr's hand or tap him on the shoulder. We're just floundering.
I grab yours. Since you tapped me, I grab yours.
I don't think I tapped you, if I'm being honest with you. Now that I realize that I can't see you to tap you. So,
What's around the next T junction, Karalee?
I'll go check out.
All right, so you guys are in the corridor. So Karalee, you move into the hallway. You see to the north, it looks like there's a set of stairs that appear to be descending.
Down. Oh boy. The opposite
But the
of the way we
hallway,
want.
but to the left, in a southerly direction, the hallway continues on for about 60 feet, so you can kind of see where it turns sharply to the left, heading back east.
Is the coast clear?
This is where Gorr will find Karalee. Oh, there you are.
As he bumps into me, when I recover, I will try to. Oh boy, I'm trying to grab for Gorr blindly.
So Karalee communicated what was seen to Nin, and so
Yeah. We're gonna go
Monsters
down the
please.
corridor to the left or straight.
And Scoob, I no longer hear the voices, or they're still.
If Nin were to establish contact with you, he would lose contact with Karalee.
No. The voices previously that were northwest of our position.
Oh, go and roll another perception check.
If it makes you feel any better, Nin hears voices.
Constantly.
No, that does not make me feel better. Oh, come on. I don't hear anything. Not with a 4.
All right, so just for the sake of this, with as you're kind of moving through, this is add another about another 10 minutes since we started. So you've got about 35 minutes of water potion.
All right. I'm keeping next to Gorr because I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to pretty much hold his hand, or at least hold on to him, I should say.
All right, so
I assume we move all the way through. Yeah. I assume we go around the corner. So
go around the corner and you see it turns again south. Go ahead and roll perceptions.
oops. That was a very bad roll. Dang it. Mine's at 12.
Anyone
Got
else
a
do the
9.
Perception check.
Yeah.
No one can see me, and I can't see anything.
Dirty 20.
Roll a 5.
Oh.
All right. So as the group of you come around the corner, Titus being the last one to try and be as quiet as possible, stop and you kind of look back down, and you hear conversation. You hear some noises coming up the stairs
To the north of us, where we just came from.
Yes.
Okay, I'm quickly
And as you kind of look back, you can see that a group of Sahuagin are coming up the stairs.
Okay. Yep.
From the
Moving.
3rd level.
So you're being someone who's trained somewhat as a soldier, you recognize a roving patrol when you see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I will gesture to Nin, because he's the only one I can see. Just like guard and walking. Just keep going.
Huh? Oh. Karalee, there's somebody coming up behind us, but not too far. Better move faster.
All right, I kind of tug on Nin a little bit as I go, a little bit faster than we'd be going to get us down around the corner.
All right. So it comes around again.
What's your movement, Gorr? Are you 40?
40.
Okay, yeah, I'm 45, so we're good. All right.
Technically, be a little bit slower, but we're
Right.
We're moving through.
Nice.
So you're coming around. A few more minutes. Some time passes, and you come around the corner again. The passageway turns west again, and then turns south.
Holy cow! I guess we go around the next quarter, unless we're stopped.
Keep on going. Keep on going.
Yeah, I figured we'd stop at the corners because we wouldn't know what's going on, and we have to wait for them to catch up a little bit because we're a little faster than they are.
All right. So real quick, as you turn that corner, go and roll perception.
Okay, that's better. That's a dirty 20. Roll a 13.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
Titus.
Yeah, 7 for me.
So as you're
Oh.
in
12.
12. Okay. 14, 27, 12. Okay. So Karalee, as you kind of are coming around that corner, leading forward, and as you look down this corridor, you see there's a hallway on the right, and then at the end of the corridor it turns, and as you're sitting there, at some point you see, just because of the nature of being underwater, you see a shoulder and an arm drift past the corner at the end of the hallway, and it looks like there's a Sahuagin around the corner,
Like coming towards us, basically.
Yep. Standing there.
Oh,
Just kind of floating there in the water, and just because of the natural way, kind of
Right.
it just kind of drifts in and drifts out. So you know at the end of the hall, at the end of this corridor where you turn, if you were to make that turn, there's somebody on the other side of that corner.
So
Karalee can notice.
I'm not thinking about it. I put my hand signal up to stop everybody, forgetting they can't see me for just a second because I'm not used to being invisible.
But being in front, as Nin and Titus come around the corner,
They bump into me.
they're gonna bump into you, and it's for a moment, it's like you look and you see there's nothing there, but then you remember, oh wait, half your party's invisible.
And it's a jarring reminder that, oh wait, they can't see me. So then I say, oh man, I meant to tell you to stop, to be careful. There's a Sahuagin up ahead around the second junction.
I'm going to reach and grab Titus by his collar and pull him back.
So we're going to try to quietly go around the first junction, is what I say.
First junction. Okay.
So,
And I kind of pull.
do you try to? You've been keeping a hold of Gorr, right?
Yeah, I've got Gorr's like we go about the same speed, so I can. I know I go a little bit faster, but like underwater, we're getting pretty close. So I've been pulling on his like shirt or whatever.
So Gorr, you feel that pull that Karalee has stopped. All right. So since you're going to try and get around this individual without being noticed, stealth checks.
Yeah, and it's if I'm reading the map right, there's a as far as I can tell, it looks like there's a little junction like right here too. Is that right?
There's a junction there, and then you
Okay.
saw the shoulder.
Yeah, down
right
here.
there.
Got it. Okay,
So you have
here we
you
go.
have to get 20 feet, and then you can dart around the corner. So you could do that in a round with your movement.
Okay, yeah.
It's just
Oh,
stealth checks.
Titus. Oh, Titus. Okay, all right. So. So I tell Nin again to let Titus know we're going to try to get around that corner, and then I'll do my best as we get. I'm going to kind of before we go, I tug Gorr's shirt forward and then like towards me a little bit, and then I just start swimming forward. Just trying to pre-tell him what I'm trying to do, and then see if he understands it.
All right.
And then.
So you're going around the corner, Karalee?
Rolled a 2. I can't re-roll 2s. Can't re-roll 2s. Dang it. That's an 8 for my stealth.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's an 8 for Karalee. Titus?
I've never wanted to roll a 1 so bad in my life.
I also rolled a 2, so that's 3.
This is not going well.
Gorr?
Oh, he's all super quiet.
17.
That's it.
Nin?
On. That's 12.
I can't do anything monkey to make that better, can I? No, I can't.
Key point to re-roll.
So
Not stealth, not.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm hoping I see it somehow, some way. It's not here.
So Karalee went first
I did, and I got an 8.
and scraped against the stone and made some noise. Gorr Gorr was going second, so going right there with
I assume
Karalee.
we're still together, and when we get to that junction, that's when I kind of pull him towards me,
Well, before you get to the junction, before Titus, as Titus and Nin are starting to do their turn,
okay.
Yeah.
this Sahuagin heard Karalee
Okay.
scraping, make some noise, and goes to turn. Titus, you're still just out of view at the end of the
Right.
hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tell Nin to
Gorr-
stop. I tell Nin to stop. I say, stop, Titus, stop, Titus.
Okay, we're stopping.
Karalee knows. You know, as soon as you made that noise, that you just, if anybody could see your face,
Yeah,
the
I'm not.
invisibility, they'd see it. Meanwhile, Titus and Nin are on the corner looking around. The Sahuagin steps around, and you see him standing there. He's got 2 arms, 2 legs, spear, as kind of holding a spear, kind of as he kind of swims around the corner and is looking down the hallway, looking through Karalee and Gorr as you're standing there in the hallway.
Yeah. I'm going to keep my hand making sure Titus doesn't go around the corner. And I'll say, Karalee, do you see a Sahuagin?
Yes, it heard me. Be quiet. It's right there in the hallway.
Okay, how far away is it? If it gets within range, I can try to charm it.
I say probably close to 60 feet. I mean, I don't know. Or wait, no, I guess 30 feet.
It'd be about 45 to 50 feet from Nin. From Karalee, he's about 20 feet.
All right. I'm going to say if
I was assuming there's not
up,
tiles on the floor, so I was just guessing.
if he comes up to within 30 feet of me, let me know. I can do it then.
Right now, he rounded the corner. He's looking down the hallway as y'all are kind of holding your breath.
I'm literally holding my breath so that there's no bubbles escaping.
Should I make an illusion? Bring him up my way?
You can certainly try.
I'm talking to Karalee.
Comes forward a little bit.
Sure. So,
kind of looking.
Okay. Nin's going to make a minor illusion of a fish. Just right in front of where the corner that we're at is.
Okay.
It can't move or anything. It's just a fish.
There's a fish kind of sitting there in the water.
Yeah.
and I just kind of think to Nin, I say, if he comes forward, he'll bump into me, and that's probably about 30 feet.
Okay.
From you. If you come around the corner.
So he sits there and he looks. And then not hearing anything. You guys are waiting. Turns, heads back around the corner.
Okay.
Okay, I say, wait just a second, because he might pop around the corner again.
All right.
If you attack him, you'll lose your invisibility.
Right. That's why I was going to just stand here and let him bump into me. And have you cast the spell on him.
So another several seconds pass.
All right, and I'm gonna okay, then I guess you start going.
All right. So Gorr and Karalee move around the corner.
Oh, that's way better.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Way better. For now, I say. All right, my stealth roll.
Stealth checks for everybody. You should try to go now that you know there's.
Yeah, that was 24 for me that time.
Okay.
All right, I wave Titus on.
Titus has a 19 for stealth.
Whoa.
Nice. In?
He has a 14.
15.
All right. You're all able to dart into that hallway very quietly.
Into the hallway, the
Right here,
first
so-
junction. Yeah.
And bring you all around. All right.
We're in front, right? So
now you're in this hallway. It seems to be going east. There's a passageway on the right that seems to turn south, and just past that is a passageway that turns north.
yeah, and we're trying to go south. If I remember what they already said, right? So
I'm going to be keeping a watch behind us, making sure that guy doesn't pop out.
All right.
okay, so if we're trying to get south, I'm just going to go forward and to this junction to the south. With
Okay.
a little slowly with Gorr.
All right.
Hold on for a second. I'll put my hand and stop Titus.
So you turn down. The corridor is about 40 feet or 20 feet, and then turns again to the east, and then turns south, and turns east again.
Is the corridor clear, Karalee?
It looks clear, and we're going to go south.
Forward.
We're going to go south around here. That turns south again. So, oh my goodness gracious.
All right. So as you guys are all right there on that corridor, go and roll perceptions again.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, that's good. 13. 7, 12, 30, 20.
16.
16 for me.
Oh no, that's 22. Never mind, that's 50. So 22.
All right. So as you're there, you're hearing, Karalee, you're hearing voices again. Can't make out the language, but you're hearing several voices, and coming from this direction down the court, in the darkness. Like you can kind of see it sounds like there might be some more corridors out of your vision, and then to kind of a northerly direction that seems like there's another group of voices, as what sounds like another patrol is coming close.
Well, it's boogie around these corners, huh?
You'll have to pull Titus along because he had a nat 1 + 2 for perception, so he doesn't know any of this.
Yeah, Titus is completely unaware.
He's gonna reach back and pull him forward.
Okay.
We're gonna go to this corner at least.
All right.
Okay.
So y'all turn south, and you see
I
it
forgot.
turns east.
My fault. I was not paying
And
attention.
south, and then east again. And then there's another passageway that is turning south.
Well, based on our thought before, I think we're just going to try to keep going south. Is what we kind of talked about.
Is the corner clear ahead of us, Karalee?
Yes, and I see stairs.
Come on, Titus. They see stairs.
But hold on, don't go too far in there. I need to go in the room first.
All
You
right.
see a large open area with stone pillars that raise from floor to ceiling on your left and right, and you see a giant staircase that ascends.
Okay. All right, so I tell them, and the room looks clear. Scoob?
Yes, the room is clear. As
Okay.
you kind of look in, you see there are passages left and right, and the
Well-
stairway, kind of a large stairway that ascends up. This is like a 20-foot wide stairway that ascends up.
It looks like our number, Karalee. Let's make a break for it.
All right, I will say let's go up.
Yep.
Wait, Titus on.
That's definitely wide enough for a garrison of troops to ascend.
Yes. It looks like they have patrols.
How far away can I be and you still can speak to me telepathically, man?
You can be 4 miles away.
Okay. I have a stupid idea.
Excellent. I love them.
Yeah. Since I'm invisible, problem is I can't communicate this to Gorr, and you can't communicate this to Titus.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
As you guys are as you're ascending, so how is the ascent up the stairs? Who's in the lead?
I'd say the invisible guys.
Right now, yeah.
So Gorr and Karalee. I want you guys roll stealth.
I kind of stopped. I was going to say, before I got up too high, I'm stopping here on purpose, actually. If that's okay, Scoob, like before we go, and I tell Nin to stop. And I kind of hold on to Gorr a little bit. And I just kind of tell Nin, I said, I don't know if we're going to have another opportunity like this again. 4 miles away. This is going to be dumb, but I'm considering swimming back through there by myself as quiet as I can, as fast as I can, and just looking in each room that I come across and telling you what's happening. If I get caught, at least you'll have the information. You guys can get out.
I don't know about that. I think we should all stick together. I think we should all stick together. We have a better chance of surviving.
Right. Our mission here is to scout, and we haven't done any scout, and we haven't done much scouting. We don't have any information
Well, we know there's an entrance right below the water, and that the king's or the baron's throne room is right next to that. There's a bunch of sharks on either side of that, and roving patrols.
We didn't see any troops.
And they have guards at certain places, and we know where the stairway is now.
All right. I guess you talked me out of it. So, all right. So then we'll go upstairs, and then you said you want us to roll stealth rolls.
Yeah, Gorr and Karalee roll stealth as you as you take the lead as you ascend up the stairs.
Literally average here. I rolled 10 plus 6, 16.
14.
All right. As you guys are ascending up, you notice as you climb, as you get up the stairs, about 3/4 of the way up the stairs, you notice you start to see what looks like the surface of the water. And as you slowly kind of ascend up, your heads break the water. Go ahead and roll perceptions.
So I'll look around real fast. No. It's 19 total.
9.
All right. As your heads come up the water, there's the slight dripping, even though you're invisible. And you listen, and Karalee, you can hear breathing, and you can hear some voices. Some of them are kind of guttural in dialect. It's a different sound than what the Sahuagin made.
I just tell Nin telepathically that there's somebody up here, and I kind of just tug on Gorr's shirt twice.
You want me to make a sound to cover our entrance?
Sure, I guess we could be as quiet as we can try to be.
Okay, I'll put up a minor illusion at the top of the stairs, but it's going to be a audible illusion. It's just going to be the sound of the sea. Sound of water.
Of the sea?
Yeah, just the sound of water, I guess. Trickling water. Let's call it that.
Okay. So you put up you kind of look up, and how far can you extend this?
30 feet.
Okay. So you get up, you can you don't see above the water, but you can kind of see where, kind of good guess, and you go and you cast that sound. And then just outside the pool of water, there's the sound of dripping water. And you're seeing no reaction. Or hearing no reaction from anyone above the water.
I'm going to say, go ahead and try to break surface, Karalee.
Yeah, I guess I'll go up as quiet as I can.
Use what?
I'll go up as quietly as I can.
Oh, okay.
Out of the water.
And I follow behind, since Karalee would probably have been dragging me.
Well, it's more like tugging on you. I'm not dragging you anywhere, even underwater.
While Nan and I are stationed probably about midway up the stairs, I'm keeping my ears and eyes open behind us to see if there are any patrols coming down.
Titus, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Let's see, 14 plus 2, 16.
You're not hearing. You're not hearing a patrol immediately near you.
I'm gonna.
And Karalee, you see a difference in your map view from your on your roll 20?
No, I'm. Yeah. I still have myself on whatever level that we were just on or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's different.
Yeah, now it's different.
So Gorr and Karalee, as you kind of are coming up, coming up the stairs, the water. You're coming out of the water. This kind of looks like there's a wall that's built out around the stairs.
Okay.
Kind of come up and you hear voices and breathing around you. You're kind of stepping up, as well as the sound of water trickling.
I guess we'll have to get out of the way, so I step forward a little bit.
Are we clear, Karalee?
I don't know yet. I'll step forward so I can see around the corners.
All right. So Karalee, you look around the corner
Nice.
to the left,
Mhm.
and you see a couple of Sahuagin with staffs, dressed kind of like in that priest-like garb.
Okay.
Gorr, as you come up and you look to the right, you see another Sahuagin, and as you kind of look around the corner, you see an orc and a hobgoblin, all standing there on either side. And that's where we'll take our mid-session break.
Yeah. Oh boy.
We're
Hopefully
all
you're
holding
enjoying
our
this
breath
so
down
far. It's a
below.
nice bit of cat and mouse with the patrols
Mhm.
on the party.
Yeah.
Now they've come up on the backside of level 1, and we'll see how that goes. But at least they can breathe air this time. So,
Yeah.
There's that.
The backside of water. Look at the backside of water.
yes, the
Eighth
backside of
wonder of the
water.
world. The eighth wonder of the world.
So
All right.
give us about 10-15 minutes to stretch, grab drinks, bio breaks, all that thing, and we will be right back. So stay tuned.
Mhm.
Become inspired by
Oh.
Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at Sirenscape.com.
we're back. Thanks for sticking around. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in and joining us, this is Challenge Accepted, live play Dungeons & Dragons game with our group of intrepid adventurers going through the Ghost of Saltmarsh adventures, the final enemy. So, yeah, if you haven't checked the module out, check it out later, But it's pretty fun. It seems to be pretty fun. The party has went down. Just brief recap. They went down and found an entrance to the second level of the fortress that was completely underwater. Played a game of cat and mouse with the Sahuagin patrols, and now have found the stairway that leads up to the first level. Gorr and Karalee are currently standing on the first level. They've just come up. They're kind of looking about and seeing several Sahuagin. They're also seeing some other races, some orc and hobgoblin. As you're kind of looking about the room, you're noticing that the Sahuagin seem to be acting as like overseers. Because as you take a closer look at the hobgoblin and the orc that you can see from your vantage point, you can see that they've got iron collars around their neck, and they appear to be shackled, and they appear to be doing some type of manual labor and kind of cowering before the Sahuagin. Obviously, they can't see you because you're both currently invisible as you're taking a look. Karalee, you notice there's one Sahuagin that looks to be dressed as like a priestess garb, and then some others with their weaponry, looking about. Meanwhile, at the halfway up the stairs, Nin and Titus are still submerged, and kind of Titus is kind of watching the entry, watching the stairwell. Real quick, Titus, go ahead and give me a perception. Nin is kind of in the middle, looking up and looking down because he tried to do a minor illusion of dripping water, as Gorr and Karalee are seeing. The cavern is fairly damp. The water is actually lapping up onto the second stair as it kind of flows. Titus?
30-20.
Okay. Titus, as you're kind of sitting there and looking and kind of being as hidden as you can on the stairs, you're starting to hear some commotion. You're hearing some shouts. They're kind of echoing through the hallways. It seems you can't understand the language. Go ahead and give me an insight.
I'm thinking Shark Sickle has melted. 17 plus 5, so 22.
That's a fairly good assessment. You can judge from the tone of the shouts that it is probably some type of alarm that was raised.
Okay.
They're not based on where you're standing in that entry and the corridor. You can hear it kind of echoing, but you can't really get a good distance. But you've got a little. You can tell that you've got a little bit of time before anybody comes looking in that area,
right,
for whatever has gone down.
Yeah.
So you're hearing some kind of an alarm. You're hearing what definitely seems like some kind of alarm has been.
Nin is going back and forth between the two halves of the party.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at Nin and just go.
Karalee, we've got incoming.
There's a lot up there yet. There's a lot up here too.
So Carol,
boy.
Coming back to Karalee
the
and
ones
Gorr,
down here include Shark.
what is Karalee and Gorr gonna do?
Murder a hobo party.
Yeah.
So we're out of the water.
Yeah, Karalee and Gorr are out of the water. You're still invisible.
Okay. And I have hold of Gorr's like shirt or something. But now that I'm not in the water,
and
it's not.
For your knowledge, you have probably about 20 minutes of of effect to the water breathing potion.
Okay. And now that we're not in the water, I cannot do what I want to do because I can't get up next to Gorr's ear.
Why not?
Karalee's a halfling. You're a Goliath, so
Yeah.
Karalee would need a step stool to talk to her.
Yeah.
Talking
I
to
mean,
her.
just climb up.
Oh, I know I could.
I mean,
I'm fairly nimble, and he's a big, strong guy. I'm gonna jump up, and I'm gonna try to jump up on his not on his shoulder. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I have a hold of his arm. I'm just gonna try to jump up and put my hand on his shoulder and kind of try to pull down a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, I know I'm not gonna pull him down, but hopefully he'll get the idea.
All right, so you feel this weight on your side, Gorr, as it feels like someone. A smaller creature than you is trying to climb up your arm to your shoulder.
fine. Someone wants a piggyback ride. Fine.
Okay, so I'm going to say, hold up real fast, Nin, and then I'm going to whisper. I say that in my head, and then I whisper to Gorr's ear. Do we fight these guys? I think we have to. I think we're stuck.
If all of these are prisoners, because I see chains and shackles around and they look like prisoners, if we get rid of the Sahooligans and free them, they might fight with us and not have to fight all of them, just have to fight the Sahooligans.
I agreed. Let's get them out of the water. And so I just say, let's go left, or let's go kill the slave master first.
Yep.
And then I just whispered, or I telepathically, I jump down, telepathically say to Nin, I try to do as quietly as I can. And then I say to Nin, we're fighting, go to the right or go to the left.
Okay. Nin tells Titus they're gonna fight someone. We gotta go to the left when we get up off the stairs. Be ready. Maybe we should try not to go as splashy as possible. Okay, we're coming.
I would probably safe to say that at that point, Nin breaks the connection with Karalee to establish connection with Titus.
Yeah.
To relay the message. All right, fight's about to start. Go left.
Okay.
So I'm going to give Karalee and Gorr essentially the surprise round to take an action, and then we'll roll initiative and go from there.
And I think Titus and I are going to need a new map. I don't know why I'm talking to you like this.
Were you so Karalee, were you targeting the priestess, or are you targeting one of the other ones?
I assume that this is like the slave master because it's right next to them. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, as you come around the corner, you see there's a Sahooligan standing here and a Sahooligan standing here next to the orc. And as you kind of see, the orc's got the collar and the manacles, and with a kind of a heavy chain connecting it all, and is just does not look like he's when you think of orcs, this is not how you think of this. Is what you're seeing is not how you picture an orc. Yeah,
I'm going after this, the one that's right next to him.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I didn't see the other one when we started this, and
you did see the priestess on the left on the as you come out to the left.
Yeah.
So you two moving to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling them to go on the left on purpose. Like I was hoping they would go the other side. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea what they're going to do.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair. So, Karalee, you go over to that one. Gorr, it looks like you're attacking the other one.
Yeah, because I'm going to yell in giant and hopefully be able to speak to the orcs and have them hopefully understand me, that they need to fight with us to overthrow these guys and to fight with us.
What kind of attack do we get on the surprise round? It was just like a attack action. Is that how it works, or
Is it like a simple attack?
You get an advantage,
All right.
I believe.
Now I got some action on the side, off camera. That's distracting.
oh, that's okay. Sorry.
It happens. Anyway, so so
The
Karalee,
question was: is it a when we go to attack, do we just do like a attack action?
Yeah.
So if I have the two attacks, if my attack action lets me have two attacks, I get both attacks,
Yeah,
right?
take a full combat action. Gorr,
Okay.
you said you were going to yell in giant.
Yeah, I'll try in giant. I don't know any kind of orc or anything else, but I'll try to yell in giant to see if they'll understand, to try to yell at them to fight with us, to see if they'll understand. If not, I'll just yell in common.
So Karalee, we'll let Karalee go. Go ahead and roll initiatives. That way we can
Sure.
action this in the way we need to action this.
It's a good roll too, so that's good. 19 is my total.
Uh, 20.
I don't have another plus 2.
Natural 17 plus 3, so 30, 20.
All right, Karalee, what'd you get again?
It's a 19. It's 14 plus 5. So
Okay.
I don't know how I have
So-
an extra plus 2 though.
Gorr would, since you guys are going pretty much simultaneously, Gorr, you shout in a giant, and it comes out. People are kind of looking about. You don't see any recognition on the faces of the creatures you see, and as you kind of size yourself up with that Sahuagin next to you, you see there are also a couple of lizard folk. You see the orc and the orc. You see several more orcs and another couple of hobgoblins about the room. And as you kind of shout out, the Sahuagin is looking about. So,
Well, then I will just use the trident that I've had in my hand this entire trip and just go ahead and lunge and bonus action rage and just plow into them.
alrighty, go and roll for that attack action.
11. Went from 18 to 2.
Did you get advantage?
Well, 15, sorry.
15 to hit. 15 will hit. Roll damage.
13 total.
All right, good solid hit. You are no longer invisible.
No, I will then smile at him, just keep on screaming to fight with us. We're here to free you, and kind of shrug at just kind of
Sahuagin
still.
is clearly completely off kilter as
Yeah.
he heard the voices. The next thing he knows is he feels the impact of the trident as you are standing there and pulling it out.
Mm-hmm. 28 to hit,
28 will definitely hit.
and another 12 damage.
Complete shock is on the Sahuagin's face. Punctured him several times.
And that will end my turn.
All right, Karalee.
Okay, I will. So my first attack's at advantage because I'm invisible, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to be 22. 20, no, that's not true. Sorry, it's only a 20. I'm sorry.
Still a solid hit.
I was all excited about my attacking. That was 2. My math is wrong. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to spend a key point and do a stunning strike.
Okay.
So, let me roll damage first, and then I will. Sorry.
Yes, please.
Oops, that's the wrong dice. Don't ignore that. Ignore that. Sorry. All right, so I got a. That's a 10 with my 10 damage, and then like I said, I spend the key point for the stunning strike, so they have to make Constitution saving throw. Look here again, real fast. Its features. I don't use this very often.
Con saving throw for that.
Yeah, con saving throw DC 15, or they're stunned.
Fails the save.
Okay. Then the second attack is also a hit. Oh, I rolled an 18, so 18 plus 6, 24. And this is another
hit.
Okay. And that's another 10 damage.
Okay.
And I assume I probably don't get a bonus action because we're doing a surprise thing. Is that right?
You get your full attack round. So if you.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do an unarmed strike for my bonus action. But I'm just going to do one. And so that's going to be an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
And it's going to be 6 damage.
Alrighty. And with that, initiative starts. So Titus and Nin, go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Dirty 20 for me.
Oh, 4 for me.
Question, Scoob. So while this surprise round is happening, do we get an opportunity to make preparations before we move up?
Yeah, I'm going to get right to that.
Okay.
End of my next turn. That's crazy. It's done to the end of my next turn. That's crazy. That's crazy powerful.
I like it.
Yeah, like so you stun on the first blow, right? Then the rest of your attacks that round have advantage, and then all your attacks the round after that have advantage because it's the end of your turn. Next turn.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And it can't do anything. It's incapacitated. That's nuts.
Alrighty. So while the surprise round was going on, Titus and Nin, you're both underwater. The last message you received was go left when you clear the water.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Titus, what do you do in preparation?
I can't pull anything out of my bag of holding as I'm underwater, right? Because
Yeah,
everything
you
would
can.
get okay.
Bag of holding still works.
Yeah. So I'm going to extract my trusty longsword,
Okay.
knowing that we're about to break the water, and we'll also use my Eldritch Claw, and right on my activated on my skin, my Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Okay.
And then I'm going to proceed with Nin to break the water and head left.
All right. Nin, what preparations are you doing?
Nin is getting out his crossbow for a firebolt.
Okay.
And will launch as soon as he sees a Sahuagin.
Alrighty, so we'll start at the top of the order. All right, so Gorr, what is your dex, Gorr?
My dex is 16 with a +3.
All right, you have a +3 on your dex. Titus, what's your dex?
My dex is +1 with a 12.
Determines that. Okay, so top of the order with Gorr. The Sahuagin in front of you has got this still has this look of shock, but he's starting to come out of it and ready his warhammer. The attack is yours.
I yell out to Titus that there are lizard folk around to speak in Draconic to get them to come on our side and aid us, as I stare back at this guy and go, ha ha ha, die. Hope I did that at advantage. I'm sorry. I should have done that, but still, 19.
19 hits. Roll damage.
And 13 damage.
And that is enough to take him out.
Then I will saunter over to this one.
And he's looking pretty rough too. Karalee put a beat down on him.
Would a trident be a melee and give me disadvantage for the disadvantage?
What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm just going to keep stabbing him with the trident. But I didn't know, since he's already prone.
No, so you have advantage on him because he's stunned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 25?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep. That'll hit. What's the damage?
15 damage.
Yep, that's enough to kill him too. Kill him dead.
Is that all the combatants?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. There's a reason I told you to go left. Trust me, you'll find out.
Okay.
So I make sure that, I said that before I started yelling, before I started stabbing, and that'll end my turn.
Well, you still had. Is there anything else you wish to do, or you just want to just stay there? Because as you look, there's another Sahuagin. You see right around the corner of the wall. You can kind of see part of them as they're looking about, trying to figure out what's going on with this sudden rush of activity. And you still have you still have a little bit of movement.
So this isn't a Sahuagin, but this is.
Yes.
Okay. So I can.
I mean, you moved 5 feet one direction. You still have the rest of your movement to try and get near the next Sahuagin, or leave.
15, 20,
want to make
25,
sure.
30. All right, I'll hold there so I don't. I'll move back just so I don't block the path for those guys to get through. That'll end my turn.
Alrighty. This brings us to Titus, and you're near the bottom of the stairs, so obviously you're rushing up to the top of the stairs.
Right. Yep. So I'll move up to the top of the stairs, and
as you clear the water, as you come up the water, start coming up that water, you see Gorr is standing there with his trident in an attack position, facing the left, which is the direction that Karalee told you all to go.
Okay. So to my left, which is the plan right. Yeah. Okay. So how much movement do I have at this point?
You have enough movement to get around the corner of the wall.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna slide. Ooh, hello. Nice to see you. Okay. Uh so I'm just going to meet and greet the one standing right there.
Yep.
All right. And before I do, so the lizard folk are behind me now in the opposite corner, correct? Over.
You're not quite sure where they are. It's just as you
Okay.
kind of come around that corner and look, you see a whole group of Sahuagin and
Okay.
a passageway behind the to the in front of you. You see a passageway. As you look to your left, you see the Sahuagin right there in melee range, and then you see several more Sahuagin all kind of spaced up around the room.
Okay. So I am going to swing at this guy that's immediately in front of me, and as I do, I'm going to shout out a battle cry in Draconic for the queen of I can't remember the queen's name of the lizard folk camp, so that it would be audible for the lizard folk that are around.
Okay.
All right, so let me look at my character sheet again. All right, so the plus d6. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
And that is 5 slashing damage plus an additional 5 slashing, so 10 slashing damage for my first attack.
10 slashing. Okay.
Is he looking pretty rough? Is he looking pretty rough?
Yeah, she's definitely not having a good day.
Okay, I'm going to swing again.
All right.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
And then 8 plus 3, 11 damage.
All right. She's now what would be considered bloody from older editions.
All right. And I will use my smite.
Okay.
Apply my smite to it. A little smitey. Here we go. 7 and 6, 13.
13 just hits. Go and roll damage.
No. The smite was added to my last attack.
Oh, add 13 to the add 13?
Yep.
Yeah. As you come around, first slash, second slash, and then as it's connecting, you kind of give her a wink, and then your smite rushes through the sword and engulfs her, and she drops dead.
Yeah. I'd like to intimidate, but I know I've used up all my actions.
Just one of these.
You were trying to motivate the other. You knew there were lizard folks. You shouted in Draconic,
right?
In the name of their queen. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
The queen's name is Othcott, by the way.
Yeah. What he said.
Okay.
So 13, 12. So I'll take the 13 plus 6, so 19 persuasion.
All righty. So as you come around, you do that, and the smite goes off, and you shout out in the name of the queen. You hear the other two lizard folk. You hear a couple of lizard folk kind of give a shout, kind of an echo, and then you hear some movement off in the distance. Karalee, you can, as you kind of look about, you see two lizard folk kind of at first are kind of cowering, but at the hearing of what was said in Draconic, they kind of steel themselves and start to move. See them start to move forward, while the rest of the prisoners in your view all still kind of cower and aren't sure what's going on. will bring us to. Well, the priestess is dead, so it's not doing much. This will bring us to Karalee.
I think, am I? Oh, yeah, I'm after those guys. Okay, I start yelling just in common because, I don't know, I'm hoping that they speak common. And I'm looking at the orc right next to me, and I said, fight, you coward. Raise up against your masters. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I just jump kick this dude in the face.
Nice.
You wrapped around. Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be an 18.
18 will hit.
Oh, good. Because otherwise that would have been less than exciting. I was trying to be inspiring and everything. So,
You come parkouring around the wall, you see, and then just roundhouse kick him right in the face.
same number. Yeah, 10 damage. I got that same number every time. Okay, and I go down and I sweep the legs with the staff. That's going to be let's see, that's 14 plus 6, 20, not natural.
20 still hits.
All right, and then it's only 8 damage. And then let's see here. Trying to decide if I do my bonus action. Well, I'm definitely doing my bonus action. I'm just trying to decide if I want to. Yeah, I'll just do my bonus.
As you came up, you did that kick to the face, and then around and come around to sweep, and hit them in the legs. He actually can't hold his balance and falls.
Oh.
So he's now prone as you come around for your next attack.
Oh, then I think it's definitely an atomic elbow to the face when as I
Little
oh my gosh.
elbow.
You will never guess what I rolled. I rolled literally because I had advantage, right?
Yep.
And I rolled double ones. No. It's okay. I'm a halfling.
That's right.
That's
You're a halfling. You get to roll again.
That's the part that's
you
funny.
get to roll twice.
I don't think so. I think it's just one roll. But
I'll
No,
let you roll.
No.
Halflings
Yeah,
re-roll
advantage.
ones. You have
Okay.
advantage, so
All right.
technically both would go.
all right, so that's much better. 19 and 13. Okay, so 25 then. I was like, oh boy.
if you
That'll
look
totally
at
hit.
that,
What's the damage?
you could roll it twice, no matter
The
what.
damage is going to be that's going to be 8 damage.
Another 8 damage. So you sit there and do the elbow right to the sternum.
All right, I'm done. That was fun. So I'm just yelling. That's fine.
The next up we have.
I'm over here, guys. Don't leave me alone. I'm not that good.
So
She's fine. Leave her be.
we have a Suhu again right here. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, choices. Karalee, since you just went, odds or evens?
Oh, odds.
Even. That goes to Titus.
Oh.
Don't worry, you have that really great. Oh no, you don't.
No, I don't. No. My AC is only.
So Titus, you see over here, there's the Suhu again that kind of has the spear. He looks to you. He looks to Karalee. He looks to you. He looks to Karalee. He looks to you, and then he raises the spear and throws it at you.
Man, I really wanted to throw that. He's too bad in front of me, Titus.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Dang it, I could have reduced that. Could have deflected it.
And that is 6 damage, piercing.
Okay.
As he runs up over the body, gets to melee range, and then tries to hit you with his claws. That's a 7 to hit.
That's a miss.
Alrighty, so you get the spear, And then you kind of duck out of the way as this Sahuagin is standing right there, kind of snarling at you.
Mm-hmm.
We go again. Odds or evens, Titus?
Evens.
Evens. The attack goes to you.
Oh no.
Actually, no. He called even, and it's even, so the attack goes to Karalee. I don't want to break my own rule here. All right, so this one...
I wasn't going to complain.
So this one does the same thing. Looks and looks and looks, and then throws the spear at Karalee.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah. Armor class is 17, so that hits. I'm going to use the deflect missile ability.
7 points of damage.
Oh, so it's automatic. Okay, so I deflect 17 points of damage, or release the damage. So what I do is but hey, I got to stick it with the theme here. I'm trying to inspire everybody around me, right? So it comes at me, and I deflect it, and I grab it, and I throw it right back by spending a key point.
All righty.
I've never done this before, so hold on, give me a second.
It's gonna. You're gonna use. I would just like you would be a ranged attack.
Yeah, it says, okay, spend a key point to manage a ranged attack as with a monk weapon. So it's as if I was proficient with it, if that's a monk weapon. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh, natural 20.
All right.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. All righty. So
Yes.
Logging on a spit.
In the eye.
So go ahead and roll it. So the weapon damage is a D6
Okay.
plus your dex modifier.
All right. So I rolled a 6, and so that's going to be 9 damage on my part plus 6, so 15 damage.
So okay, so since you got a nat 20, that's a crit. So that's max dice plus what you roll.
Right. So I rolled a 6 and then add 3. That's 9. Then I add 6 more because it's max. So that's 15 damage.
15 damage. Ouch.
And I'm feeling pretty cool about myself right now. I don't want to get too cocky, but she's feeling pretty cool about herself right now.
So this Sahuagin throws the spear at you. You sit there and you catch it, turn around, throw it right back and right into the center of the gut, and it's just completely dumbfounded by the attack, but it's completely enraged, so it still charges towards you.
That's fine.
Who throws a spear, honestly?
And it comes in and it tries to, now that it pulls the spear out of it, so it tries to stab you with the spear.
The same sped spear. I like it.
That's actually
that's a 10 to hit.
Okay, that misses.
Karalee, please just kind of smack it away like you are the mom. Just like, no, you know what happened the last time. No.
I take off my sandal and get ready to throw. Okay.
All right, Karalee, odds or evens?
Odds.
Even. Goes to Titus.
Well, I'm glad I had a low initiative. I'm not away from all this.
Yeah.
So while these two lower Sahuagin have done this back and forth, and there's another one who's a little bit broader, holding his spear. He sits there and throws his spear at Titus.
That's good because I only do that once around. So
that's a 9 to hit.
That's a miss.
So he throws a spear. Titus ducks out of the way as it embeds itself into the wall with such force, and then he comes charging at you.
Had to bring your friends, huh? You can't take me by yourself.
He actually doesn't even get close. He doesn't get close enough to you. He actually stops just short because he runs out of movement.
Yeah.
Now we're up to Nin.
All right.
So Nin, you're underwater. You're coming. You saw Titus rush up You're hearing some screams and shouts through the water as you come up through the water, and you see Gorr is standing there with his trident ready to stab something. You see Titus's back. You see him move to the side as this spear comes past him and embeds itself into the wall.
All right. So I'm looking here.
You
Fireball
come right up
man.
next to Titus, and you see there are two Sahuagin right there.
Right
One
there.
right in Titus's face. There's a dead body on the ground, and there's another broader one that is rushing up toward.
All right. Well, I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers on these two, and I'm going to twin it so I can hit both of them.
Yeah, I'm going to back you up because you can't occupy the same space as Titus.
Oh,
Right
exactly.
behind him.
Exactly. So that's even better. That's fine. I'm going to attack those two, and they have to make a Wisdom 15 save.
Alrighty, so wisdom saving throw for number 1. He fails it. Wisdom on number 2. They both fail.
All right. First guy takes 10. And the second guy takes 16.
Wow.
Solid.
They both have to use a reaction if they have any and move away from us.
They have to
As
use a
far as-
reaction to move away. Alright.
Yeah. As far as they can go.
They're full movement away, right?
It's probably whatever movement is left on their from their round.
Oh,
Neither
yeah.
one of them have any movement left this round.
Okay, well, then they can't go. They can't move.
Their movement
Is
is
it-
spent this round. But
Yeah.
you Titus, you see them both kind of clamp their heads and start just kind of all types of pain, like something's going on in their heads.
Is it their next action they have to use their movement to get away, or just
Oh,
their
that might be
reaction?
true. I don't know.
Then they're
On
react.
their next action, since they're on their next action, they will move away. That's what I will do.
DM, just one quick question.
Go for it.
If would they be able to take a action if I walked past them and for an opportunity attack with their current status?
No, they would not be
Okay.
able to do that. Their reaction is spent trying to back away, so they cannot
Okay.
use their reaction for an opportunity attack.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. Alrighty. And then that complete your turn?
Yes. I believe so. All done.
Alright, so this one. He is going to rush up onto Karalee. And you see this big Sahuagin wielding a warhammer come charging at you, Karalee. Picks up to swing with it. First attack is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that's armor class.
That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage. As he brings the hammer around for another strike. 7 to hit.
Not.
So you take one smash from the hammer and then you kind of duck out of the way. Next one is the one that was prone as you did the elbow on him. So covers himself and gets back to his feet. And he doesn't have his hammer anymore, so he's just gonna reach out and rake at you with his claws. That's a 24 to hit.
That's a hit for sure.
6 points of slashing damage. Then he's going to try and bite you
Disgusting.
for another 17 to hit,
Yeah, that gets me.
and another 5 points of piercing damage as he manages to get your arm and bite on you. Brings us back to the top of the order with Gorr.
Move out of the way, kids. And I will do. Hi. Time for stabby time.
All right. Stabby.
Do our lizard folk friends come and help me?
Unfortunately, they will move on Titus's turn
Well,
because
that's good.
he has motivated them to be minions that go on his turn.
I like it.
Very clever to use the name of the queen.
He was more persuasive than I was when I told the orc he was a coward, probably.
If I knew more languages, they would be able to help, but I don't, so I'm not smart. 21 to hit.
21 will hit. And roll damage.
16.
All right. He takes it.
And I will swing at him once more. 24 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage.
10 damage.
All right. He is just hitting that bloodied state. You see blood coming out of his ears and his nose, and then from these new puncture wounds you've given him with your trident.
And I just sit there and just laugh at him, and it's like, aren't you supposed to be running away now? And then that will end my turn.
Nin, real quick, just in the whispers, if the creature takes damage, are they still affected by it?
I don't know. I think they are.
All right.
It's not like a charm or a whole person.
I mean, even if they
from-
don't, I'm still perfectly fine with fighting them. I haven't fought in a long time, and Gorr needs his blood.
Uh-huh.
How
It
appropriately
doesn't say
named.
anything about it in
I mean, there was a reason why I named him Gorr, and I'm wearing the correct color.
Yep.
All right, this will bring us to Titus.
Okay, I've pre-rolled. My first attack is on the guy directly in front of me, which was a natural 20.
Ouch.
With my long sword. So that is all right. So pull my sheet up again. That is 6 plus 4, 10 plus 8, 18 damage on the first swing.
So as you come up on that first swing, and you see you aim it right, and the sword enters on the just above the shoulder on the one side and goes clean through to the other side as the Suhugan drops.
Yeah, I'm going to wink at the one that's still standing by Gorr, and swing around with my second swing, and does a 15 hit.
A 15... No, 15 just misses.
All right, well, I'll let him feel the wind off of my blade as I
sending
swing.
messages.
And
Easy there, Titus.
yeah. And I'm actually going to use my bonus action and a spell slot to Misty Step from my current position. And let's see here, look at what my distance is. So yeah, I'm gonna put myself right there. Oops, selector. Because I'm sure that Gorr's got this. And land right there, and that'll be my turn.
Righty. You're gonna Misty Step there, okay. The two lizard folk both rush up and get on either side of this Sahuagin that is attacking Karalee.
Mm-hmm.
And they both sit there and make unarmed strikes. That is all right, so one misses and one hits. Hit. Three points of bludgeoning damage to one. Then they both come around for they both attempt to bite the Sahuagin. And both hit on their bite. Totaling 12 points of piercing damage as they bite the Sahuagin, causing damage to it. That completes Titus's turn. Next up is Karalee.
Okay, the one that is in front of me.
Yep. The one that you
the one that
you stand there, he doesn't have any weapons, he's just mad.
Yeah. That one I'm gonna, I'll hit it with my staff, or hopefully. That's gonna be a miss, I'm sure. That's only a 10 to hit.
Unfortunately, 10 does not hit.
Yeah, I figured. And my second strike is going to be a 22 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Okay. That's gonna be wow, only 4 damage. See, I told you I wouldn't be able to keep that up the whole time. And then I'm going to flurry of blows for an unarmed strike.
Okay.
And that's going to be 12 plus 6 is going to be 18 to hit.
That will hit.
That's going to be, oh my gosh, 4 damage.
That's enough.
Oh boy.
Hit one diamond.
Okay, and then for that's good. And then for the second part of that unarmed, or the flurry of blows, I'm going to go ahead and do the touch on myself to get myself some hit points back.
Okay.
So I rolled a 6, so that's 10. Awesome. Okay. And that's it. I lost my video. Sorry, guys. What happened?
That's okay. It happens.
I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's still there.
See what you do to try to bring it back, and we'll just handle it on the fly. You
Yeah,
just got your turn in.
Good news, I'm done. So I like the turn.
That one's all right. This one Sahuagin that is next to the one that dropped. He's going to attack Karalee. And he's still gripping the spear, so he's gonna try and stab you with the spear. Natural 20 for a 23 to hit. So say 15 points of damage for the first hit to Karalee.
All right, I got that.
All right, coming around for the second stab with the spear. That is an 8 to hit.
That misses.
Alrighty. That completes his turn. We have this Coral Smasher that's fighting Gorr. And because he's still suffering the effects of the Dissonant Whispers, he's going to run. Make a run for the door. And as such, opportunity attack from Gorr.
Nice.
Come here, little girl. 26.
That'll hit.
Oh,
Roll
yeah.
damage.
13.
All right. He's limping. He takes that hit solid, and he's kind of limping his way to the door, blood pouring out from his various wounds.
Nah, come back here. I'm not done with you yet.
Which will bring us to... Which brings to Nin.
Okay. All right. Nin's going to move forward at least a little bit. See
Yeah.
what the lay of the land is.
As you move forward, you see there's a group of Sahuagin with in between Titus and Karalee. A couple are on the ground. And you see the one that you cast the Dissonant Whispers on. He's running for the door, and you see as he turned to move, Gorr stabbed him again. So now he's trying to run through that doorway.
I'm going to hit him with a firebolt, so I can use firebolt up here.
Well, yeah, you're no longer underwater. You're on semi-dry land.
Yes.
It's only going to semi-hurt a lot.
Go and roll for that attack.
16 to hit.
16 will hit. Roll damage.
Try not to burn down the whole damn building, then.
Well, come on. Those are
It's
meant
stone.
to
It's good.
16 fire damage.
How many?
16.
16 fire damage. And as you line up your crossbow and the fire comes out of it, it hits the Sahuagin in the back, and you see the flames kind of wash over, and the Sahuagin kind of slumps against the door jamb and just kind of slides to the ground.
Hasta la vista, guppy.
Anything
And
else you wish to do? Is that complete your turn?
let's see, how much movement do I take? Each one of these small, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25. So I have one more to move. I'll move up here. And that should be it.
All right, this brings us to the last couple of Sahuagin left in the fight. So it's got this one right here that's got the lizard folk, and then Karalee, he turns to the lizard folk and goes to attack them. Warhammer. Natural 20 on one of them.
Glad that wasn't me.
Yeah.
He comes down with the warhammer and just clocks one of them in the jaw. And you, Titus and Karalee, you can hear the bones snap
No.
as that lizard folk drops. He swings around with his hammer for the other one. And misses. So there's his 2 attacks. This will bring us around to Gorr.
I'm going to do something extra spicy for my bonus action.
Okay.
Titus left me a present over here right in front of me. I'm going to pick up the head of the hooligan that's over here. I'm going to start running over here the one that's left, I'm going to just throw it as an unarmed strike to the one that's over here.
Okay, so
And-
you're running toward the Sahu again. You're going to
Yeah.
throw the head toward the
Yeah,
one that's over by Karalee and the other lizard folk.
yeah.
Am I understanding that right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, improvised weapon. Yeah. Ranged attack with your dex.
So unarmed strike with plus
It would
3.
be. It's gonna be an improvised. You said you're gonna throw it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just
yeah.
roll a d20, add your dexterity modifier.
So D20 plus 3. 16 plus 3, so 19.
That'll hit. And then D4 plus your dex for the head.
Please let it be.
Provide cannonball.
It's a 4 plus 3, so 7.
So now you're next. Now you're next to the one Sahuagin that is there. He watches you. He sees you kind of throw this head. The one that had his warhammer and killed one lizard folk missed the other. As he turns around, he just gets the head right in the face. So now he's kind of disoriented as the head kind of rolls onto the ground, and you've got the Sahuagin right there next to you. What do you do for your second attack?
Stab him with a trident, like you
Works.
do,
Like you.
with the 22.
That'll hit. How much damage?
13.
Yeah, he's done.
You were
I
still
just-
raging. Don't you get the plus 2 on that head damage too?
Yeah, I did. No, I mean, I guess I could have, but
Rage.
I mean, I thought it was a big enough insult with
I
me
know.
throwing one of his cohorts literally against his head, but I literally wanted to do that. And if I missed,
Who cares?
I wanted to do
Still
it.
a psychological effect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, splattered Sahog in the head.
So I just wanted the last thoughts of him dying with, a bruise of one of his brethren bouncing off of his head and being disoriented and being stabbed with one of his own creations from his own tribe, stabbing him to death.
That's a great improvise. So that completes Gorr's turn. Titus, as you stand there, you saw the two lizard folk strike. You saw the coil smasher kill one, miss the other, and then this object flies through your vision and hits him. And it takes you a moment to register, and then as you see the object hit the ground, you realize it's the head of the Sahuagin you had killed. And then you see Gorr standing there stabbing the one Sahuagin next to him. So now there's just this one that's got this warhammer who's got a little bit of blood in his face. He's trying to wipe away and disoriented. So what do you choose to do?
Well, I've already rolled and it didn't turn out well. So I'm just going to move right up in his face and swing twice. The best roll was a 13 to hit.
I'll let you get advantage on the hit because he's disoriented, because that was so good. So go ahead and roll it again.
That's what happens when you get hit in the head by another head.
Okay.
By another head.
Both of them are dirty 20s to hit.
Nice.
So the first one is a 3 plus 1 plus 4. So 8 damage.
Okay.
And the second one is 7 damage.
How do you want to do it?
I am just going to do the old tried and true, slice him across the throat and make his head tumble.
Ah, a Barovian smile. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another gift.
The Barovian
Yeah.
necktie.
So as you swing through that sword, you just kind of take another one, take the other one's head, and
Yeah.
now it's like two heads are on the ground, and
Yep.
Suigan are there.
2 heads are better than 1.
Yep.
And at the end, you're kind of looking around. All you see is 9 slaves who are all there chained. The one lizard folk that's still there looks at the other one that is fallen, and kind of gives a quick a scream of mourning, and then turns to look at you, to look at all of you as you're standing there. The others are looking about and seeing that the Suhugan have been killed, and before you can even react, they all start to rush for the doorway and down the hallway, trying to make an escape.
All of them, including the lizard folk.
The lizard folk kind of hesitates a little bit.
Yeah.
I was going to ask
but
for
the
flash.
rest of them all just start running, like
Wait,
pure
so-
panic and desperation in their eyes as they run.
Right.
Right.
Norway?
Yeah. So,
I was going to step over and see if he's dead because I was going to do my hand things with him.
You
If
can
he's-
certainly try. I mean, he had his
Yeah.
neck broke, so.
Okay.
But you,
So it looks-
if you want to,
I'll do like a medicine check.
It's been short enough time. You could try to stabilize.
Okay. I am going to, if I have, do I'm going to do like a medicine check, see if he's still alive.
All of them were fairly weak and strung out, and kind of worn down from there. So they didn't have a lot of hit points to begin with, and that major strike really kind of hit there. So he would technically be in death saves if he was a player character. So
Okay. Well, that's up to you. I try it. I do it
All right.
anyway, and then you decide what happens because I do it anyway. I use the resource. It doesn't matter to me.
okay.
That's what I
So
try
how
to do.
much do you
That's my
get?
character. So, that would be a 10.
All right, so he gained you hear the bone, you kind of feel as you kind of do that and kind of check, and you feel the bones kind of stitch themselves back, and after a moment you see the lungs rise, the chest rise and fall as the lizard folk kind of opens his eyes and wakes up a little disoriented because the last thing he saw was a hammer to the jaw. And he gets up. The other one is there, and they both start kind of talk. They both kind of start talking in Draconic, wondering, "Who are you? What? Thank you." And just really kind of really kind of just kind of in that moment where it's like, this wasn't natural, but they're not dead, and that kind of feeling of disorientation.
I'll speak to them briefly in Draconic and say that we have been sent on a scouting mission to help free this village or this fortress of the Sahuagin presence and allow the lizard folk to return. We don't have much time here, but we're on your side. Are any of your brethren still here?
They're like, they both go, they tell you that they were part of the patrols for the queen, and they were abducted. There were 4 of them. The other 2 had died. They were the last 2 left.
Okay.
They say that they've been here long enough to see the fortress being submerged, the last floor getting submerged under the waves.
Right.
And they were working to prepare this room for when this level is brought down.
I see.
There are still others. They tell you there are many more deep in the lower levels, and there are a few still here on the upper level. What's on the upper level is kind of a small detail compared to the ones they've seen come up and down stairs that descend deeper into the fortress.
I'm going to relay this to the party. Again, gauging the time that we have here. I don't want to delay too much. But after that, I'm going to suggest to the group that I send a note by my paper bird to the awaiting vessel that's going to retrieve us, and let them know that we intend to return with 2 additional passengers. And need to make haste to get out.
So that during that round, I'm going to be using a healer's kit on myself.
Okay.
I assume that was about a round. Is that right?
Yeah. So you want to take a moment for a short rest?
Oh, I was just thinking just the healer's kit from the herbalist.
Okay, so you take your healer's kit.
Yeah.
Okay,
So just it's that part of that feat. So while he's talking.
Okay. So while this exchange is going on, Karalee, you do the healer's kit. Get a chance to kind of take a quick breath. You hear echoing through the corridors the sounds of some shouting and screams. There sounds like there's some kind of one-sided battle echoing down the hallway.
From the way that the slaves ran?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Like this.
And that is where we will end for this week's session.
And
I think that went really well. I mean, yeah, I feel like, we didn't get killed down below. We made it out of here. We saved some slaves and
sent them to their slaughter.
Well, we don't know who was screaming.
I mean, we sent a bunch of orcs free, and I'm sure they just went out there and just started slapping. So,
yeah, good distraction.
Yeah, a diversion.
Yeah.
Besides Gorr doing the diversion, send a bunch of orcs out there to do it.
I like it.
I mean,
well, I'm not exactly a tank. I can't believe that kind of semi works. So I'm just really worried about myself.
Hey, I thought it was. I mean, it came off pretty cool. That was a pretty fun battle.
Yeah, I like getting the lizard folk involved. That was really cool.
That's good stuff.
That was clever because the slaves were supposed to be pretty downtrodden, but calling out in the name of their queen motivated them. That was pretty clever.
Whenever I looked around the corner, I'm like, oh, there's lizard folk. Titus.
Yeah.
Well played, gentlemen. Well played. So Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking through to the end. Y'all are awesome and amazing human beings. Thank you to the cast for spending another Saturday evening with us to play some D&D. Thank you to the moderators are in the chat. If you were there, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Again, if you're new, be sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you want to support the studio, there's a couple of ways to do that. You can. The biggest and easiest one is subscribe to the channel. Help us help share this out if you're enjoying this. Also, if you want to, there's some links if you want to donate to the stream donate to the studio. Also, we do have a Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/scuba studio, and if you want to become a patron, you get some notifications for some behind the scenes stuff. Tuesday nights we do Scuba and the Ride podcast. Our next podcast will be episode 100. Can you believe it? 100 episodes finally. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Crazy.
And Patreon, we do an after show for Patreon where it's an Ask Anything, where we can talk about whatever the patrons want to have inquiring questions about, what we can discuss. But that's a live stream directly for Patreon members. Join us hopefully next week. We'll be back for another thrilling episode of Challenge Accepted. And again, a shout out to Sirenscape, background music and soundboards. Go to sirenscape.com to find out more information. They've got a wide variety of sound sets, from your Call of Cthulhu type games to your sci-fi adventure games, even wonderful games of being under the sea with Dungeons and Dragons. So with that, y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe, love each other, do all the things, and we will see you on our next stream. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.